Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, my name is Josh, and in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Southwest Rapid Rewards Plus credit card. So I'm going to be going over the main features of this credit card, its pros as well as its drawbacks. So hopefully by the end of this video, you should have a much better idea of whether or not this credit card is a good fit for you. But before I go ahead and dive into the main features of this card, if you wouldn't mind helping me out real quickly by just giving this video a like, that just helps out with the good old YouTube algorithm, and also consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already. Also, if you would like to receive a few free stocks in a pinned comment below as well as in the description box, I will be leaving a few different links where you can receive just that. Okay, so diving right into the main features of this credit card. First off, we're going to be discussing about how you can earn points with this credit card. So starting out, you can earn 2 points per dollar spent on Southwest purchases, 2 points per dollar spent on Rapid Rewards, hotel and car rental partners, 2 points per dollar spent on local transit and commuting, including rideshare, 2 points per dollar spent on internet, cable, and phone services, and then finally, on all other transactions, you will be earning 1 point per dollar spent. Now, on top of all the points that you're going to be earning on every single purchase that you make, they also have some sort of a spend bonus. So as long as you're able to spend at least $1,000 within the first 3 months of having this credit card, which is right around $333 per month, very doable for most people, you will be earning 50,000 points, which all in all is pretty solid. Now, if you're wondering how much these points are really worth, well, according to most websites, each point is worth between 1 and 1.5 cents each. So therefore, 50,000 points will be worth anywhere between $500 to $750. Now, with this credit card, you're also going to get some pretty other sweet benefits as well on top of the points and the spend bonus that you'll be receiving as long as you're able to spend at least the $1,000 within the first 3 months. And these things include receiving 3,000 points every year on your card member anniversary. You're also going to be receiving 2 early bird check-ins each and every year, 25% back on in-flight purchases, and then a 10,000 companion pass qualifying points boost each and every year as well. Then on top of that, your points also never expire, so you don't have like a deadline where you have to spend them or else they will expire. You can accumulate them if you don't have a need to use Southwest at that point in time. And then whenever an occasion arises where Southwest is the best flight to use, your saved up points will definitely pay off dividends at that point in time. Now, on top of that, you're also going to be receiving some travel and purchase coverage. So, for example, you're going to be receiving lost luggage reimbursement. So if you or an immediate family member check or carry on luggage that is damaged or lost by the carrier, you're going to be covered up to $3,000 per passenger. You're also going to be receiving baggage delay insurance, which is going to reimburse you for essential purchases like toiletries and clothing for baggage delays over 6 hours by passenger carrier, up to $100 a day for 3 days. You're also going to be receiving extended warranty protection, which is going to extend the time period of the U.S. manufacturer's warranty by an additional year on eligible warranties of 3 years or less. And then you're also going to be receiving purchase protection as well, which is going to cover your new purchases for 120 days against damage or theft, up to $500 per claim and $5,000 per account. Then on top of that, you're also going to be getting some partner benefits as well. So they partner with DoorDash. So with this, you're going to be getting a 1-year complimentary Dash Pass, which provides unlimited deliveries with $0 delivery fees and lower service fees on eligible orders. So those are the main features of this card. At this point, we're going to go ahead and dive into the APR and fees because this is super important as well. So starting out, your APR on both purchases and balance transfers is going to be anywhere between 21.49 to 28.49% based on your credit worthiness. And then as far as your cash advance APR, starting out, that is going to be 30.24%. Now on this channel, we recommend to stay far away from cash advances just for obvious reasons. Of course, this is not financial advice, do not sue me, but if you do happen to take out a cash advance, your APR starting out is going to be 30.24%. And then on top of that, you're also going to have some fees associated with your cash advance as well. So your cash advance fee is going to be either $10 or 5% of the amount of each transaction, whichever happens to be greater. Then if you happen to do a balance transfer with this card, which there's really no reason to, considering that this credit card doesn't have like a special intro APR offer, 0% for the first 12 to 18 months, there's really no reason to do a balance transfer onto this card. Just know that your fee is going to be either $5 or 5% of your balance transfer, whichever happens to be greater. Now, as far as some other fees go, unfortunately, this credit card does have a foreign transaction fee. The foreign transaction fee with this credit card is going to be 3%. Now, I find this to be a little bit odd because with most travel credit cards, you don't have a foreign transaction fee. And although Southwest is an airline, you would think they would not have a foreign transaction fee. But with this card, it's probably one you would want to leave at home if you do happen to travel abroad. And instead, you might want to take another travel credit card or one by Capital One perhaps, because those usually do not have a foreign transaction fee. Now, on top of that, there's also a fee if you happen to pay late, or if there is a return payment, that fee is going to be up to $40. Now, if you happen to pay late for maybe the first or second time, it is always worth calling into the credit card company, asking if they will waive the fee for maybe like a 1 or 2 time convenience. But really just make sure that you set up auto pay or have some sort of system where you make sure that you always pay on time. That way you don't have any late fees and you also don't have to pay any sort of interest. Now, the last fee that this credit card does have is unfortunately an annual fee. So every single year you are going to have to pay $69. So every single year you're going to have to figure out whether or not paying the $69 for this card is worth it for the benefits that you're receiving, and we're going to be talking about that in just a moment. So now that we went over the main features of this card as well as the APR and fees, I'm now going to go ahead and dive into what I would consider to be the biggest pros and cons of this card. So we're going to start out with the good things. So the first pro is that you are going to be earning 50,000 bonus points as long as you're able to spend at least $1,000 within the first 3 months of your account opening. Once again, this is just $333 per month. So for most people, it's not going to be too difficult to achieve. And again, those 50,000 bonus points are going to be worth somewhere between $500 to $750 worth of flights, which all in all is really pretty solid just for spending $1,000 within the first 3 months of your account opening. Now, the other pro of this credit card is the fact that every single year while having it, you're going to be earning 3,000 anniversary points. So those are the two biggest pros of this card, at least in my opinion. Now we're going to go ahead and dive into the drawbacks. The first drawback, of course, is that annual fee. The annual fee, once again, is $69. Now, again, you are going to be receiving the 3,000 anniversary points, which is going to somewhat offset your annual fee of $69, although it's not going to completely offset it. So you are going to have some sort of annual fee, even though you are going to be earning the 3,000 anniversary points every single year. Now, as far as the other drawbacks go, of course, with this card, it is once again one you really can't take with you abroad just because you are going to be hit with a 3% foreign transaction fee. Instead, once again, you might want to consider taking a credit card by Capital One or another travel credit card, one that does not have a foreign transaction fee. And finally, on all other transactions that aren't spent at Southwest or on internet, cable, and phone services, you're only going to be earning 1x point per dollar spent, which all in all really just isn't that good. But just to sum things up here, I would say this credit card, at least for the first year loan, is probably pretty worth it. However, after the first year, it's probably not going to be worth it for most people unless you especially enjoy flying with Southwest, and that's the airline that you use quite a bit. So for most people, for the first year loan is probably going to be worth it, but years moving forward may not be worth it, especially if you don't usually fly with Southwest. But that's all we have for today's review. I certainly hope that you enjoyed and found value out of it. If you did, again, I would greatly appreciate if you could give this video a like, consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you in the next video.